frequency of debris flow disasters caused by extreme weather and intense precipitation in Taiwan has increased in recent years. To control the relevant information in advance and prevent major losses, the government started the investigation of potential debris flow torrents in 1992. The Bureau conducted site surveys on the areas of potential debris flow torrents in Taiwan, including position overview and investigation of the status of potential debris torrent overview, type of protected objects in times of disaster, building overview, and scope of influence, as a reference for local governments during routine drills and disaster evacuations. To understand occurrence mechanisms and characteristics of debris flow, the Bureau has established 21 debris flow observation stations, 3 landslide observation stations, and 4 sediment concentration observation stations in Sherman Reservoir. Apart from the aforementioned stationary observation stations, there are 3 mobile debris flow observation trucks and 17 simple observation stations, as well as 61 automatic rainfall stations to facilitate information integration and enhance precision of warning issuance. Additionally, the Soil and Water Conservation Bureau and National Zhongxing University built the world's first Landau Creek field-scale sediment transport experimental station. The experiment station for debris flow occurrence and landslide dam breaching was established using a debris flow scale equivalent to torrential rains during moderate typhoons. When disasters become inevitable and approach high frequency and complexity, the building of a complete disaster prevention and rescue system is essential to enhance the public's disaster awareness. The self-dependent resistant community has long been a critical part of disaster prevention work. The Bureau has gradually promoted self-dependent resistant communities since 2004 and assists community residents with awareness and self-dependent resistance according to communities' respective characteristics through simulation, disaster prevention drills, publicity, and training for specialists in debris flow disaster prevention. A total of 550 villages have completed the Self-Dependent Resistant Community 2.0 stage since 2018, where the villages introduce a professional collaborative team to strengthen partnership with local governments so that everyone will become involved in the self-dependent resistant community work. In compliance with the principles of self-dependent resistant communities, the Bureau also recruits specialists for debris flow disaster prevention through professional courses and training to give them the debris flow disaster-related knowledge and disaster prevention skills needed to help communities with relevant debris flow disaster prevention work. The Bureau also advocates the concept of debris flow disaster prevention and rescue education through broadcasting vans. The Bureau drives the vans onto school campuses to promote debris flow disaster prevention through AR interactive instruction, picture books, disaster prevention competitions, and other lively and interesting activities. As technology advances, the Soil and Water Conservation Bureau also upgrades its capacity in disaster prevention, conducting disaster prevention monitoring via innovative technology. UAV aerial shots aim to regularly establish the imagery information for areas susceptible to disasters and key management areas. Emergency aerial shots after a typhoon or torrential rains are a critical data reference. The use of satellite imaging interpretation technology can help identify changes in debris flow and slopeland in Taiwan after catastrophic typhoons and torrential rains. The Bureau can evaluate possible disaster zones and secondary disasters and include these images in the information network for debris flow disaster prevention. The Bureau has also developed debris flow and disaster prevention websites and an app, and integrates social media platforms for information release, so the public can acquire information on disaster prevention via a variety of channels at all times. To improve the deployment of disaster prevention, the Bureau invites local governments to call for multiple debris flow disaster prevention preparatory meetings each year before the rainy and typhoon seasons. The meetings aim to control the county-city status of processing debris flow disaster prevention preparation with follow-ups on progress before the anti-flood period. The Bureau's 6 branches are distributed in various townships to organize debris flow disaster prevention publicity so that people can be involved from the bottom up through proper approaches in the implementation of disaster prevention work.